This walkthrough is for things that makes you go, those things that piques your interest. Those are the signals that life is sending to you, which you need to pay attention to. So there's a lot of things that you come across which you inherently enjoy, you are drawn to. And you don't know why, you can't explain it, just some things that makes you happy. For some people, it is videos of taking care of plants or the perfect home inside decor and design. For me, it's magic. Now, I've never done magic. I'm not good at it. I haven't practiced it. But I do like coming across these magic tutorials, card tricks, rubber band tricks, coin tricks. And a couple of weeks, months ago, I tried to teach myself a little bit, but I haven't fully invested time yet. But when I come across these videos, when I talk to people about it or they show me a trick, should I just let that information go to waste just because at that specific moment in my life, I don't have time to spend or I don't have the energy to cultivate the skill? No. This is when we are going to log it in our system for future use. You are your own butler. You are serving up a dish for future you. So you start with a big question mark. When you go into this realm, this universe of magic, you don't know what's going on. You have no idea how any of this works. But you start logging these interesting videos, these interesting ideas, these tricks. And they ultimately become permanent notes. And these permanent notes serve as a blueprint for yourself in order to become a magician and make the disappointment of your parents in you disappear. So from a Logrides perspective, we have the magic logs. We have the inputs, which is anywhere outside of your system. This is on Instagram, on YouTube, word of mouth, or just thinking about it. You bring these on magic prompts into your universe. You log it. So this is the log portion where you say on magic. The relate also happens here because you give it context. What type of magic trick is this video that you are referencing in this log? Well, it's a card trick, rubber band trick, coin trick, so on and so forth. So you have logged it, you related it by providing it context with tags. And then you start to pull it through. Your system automatically starts to pull it through to different maps of content or home pages for that specific subject. We have mentalist tricks that's being pulled through to a mentalist page. We have coin tricks that's being pulled through to coin tricks. We have card tricks that's being pulled through to card tricks. And what is the output? The output could be a mentalist show, or it could be entertainment at a Christmas dinner. Or for the card tricks, it could be getting yourself a free drink later. Now, I've learned 2 card tricks in my life, and I've managed to get a couple of free drinks just from those 2 card tricks. So there's definitely value in just following your interest and see what you can get out of it. It's fun. So let's go through a walkthrough of what this will actually look like. Meet Magic Mike. Mike is a guy that enjoys magic. There's only one problem. He does not know how to do any magic. And that's him not knowing how to do any magic, but he looks cool. So let's fix that. Mike starts logging tricks he comes across. He uses the log magic trick template. And if we go to our folder in our Evergreen Vault, which you can purchase with all of this in, we'll just make this whole journey for you simpler, or you can just follow along and pause when you see the data view queries. We have a log magic trick template. You can see it's part of our logs, and all this is it's just a template for us to easily use whenever we come across a magic trick or a coin trick or a card trick. And this cursor location is just part of the templater code, templater plugin, and we have a hotkey assigned to jump between them. So again, templater, you need to have templater, you need to have data view installed. We're not going to go through installation. And for templater, you need to have the automatic jump to cursor location. And in a hotkey, I just assign the Alt-A hotkey to jump to next cursor location. And what this does is when I pull this into my daily note, because we follow a daily notes first system, this is where I'm going to log these logs is on my daily note, because every day that's what we use as a jump off point for everything else. So let's say it's the 28th. I'm going to go to the 28th. I'm going to pull in this template, and then I can just use Alt-A to jump between these cursor locations. And what this helps me do is it just helps me not to have to click at the next location where I need to fill in information, where I need to fill in context. So this is just the relate portion, this hashtag portion, which we want to fill in information about this in order to retrieve it in the future. So we have this magic log template. What he does is Magic Mike goes through the 28th and he comes across a couple of tricks. The first trick is ring walking against gravity band trick. And we can see it's on magic rubber band, intent to learn. Then we have 2 queens card trick on magic card trick, source Instagram, intent to learn. And if we actually go to that there, we can see that this log just looks something like this. So we have the name of the trick, and then we have the link, and then we just have some context. If we go back, we can see he did something similar for the 29th, coin vanish thumb balance trick, and on the 30th he also logged 2 tricks. Now imagine that it's 6 months later, he finally got the energy to start learning magic. Where do we find all of these logs, all these hundreds of logs of things that he found interesting that he wants to learn? Where do we go to find it? So one possible way to find it is you could go to a homepage that you have with all the different areas in your life. And here we see a hobby page. Now you can just go to Magic MOC because magic is a hobby. We can see we have tricks and we have logs. We're first going to go to the logs. So this is tricks I've yet to try and tricks I have tried. Now tricks that I've yet to try is just going to be a repository of all the tricks that we have logged. And this is from all the different days, we're going to see all these different tricks. And what the process looks like now is, let's say we want to add some of these tricks. So you can see we want to build a repository of magic, if you so wish. And the permanent notes for these tricks will ultimately show up in our card tricks MOC. So let's say we have a card trick. We go to this guy. So it is 6 months in the future. We come back to this log and we say, cool, we want to try it. So we are going to create a permanent note, card trick, and we call it finding card behind my back. And let's just make this capital. And then we're just going to change the intent to practice. And we are going to create this note. And now it becomes a permanent note. This is a note on how to do the finding card behind back trick. And we can say this is on magic, this is on card trick, and this would be card tricks would be up and magic would be up. And here we can have the link. So we can actually just take this link and then we can write out the steps for ourselves. Find a magical card, do magic, practice. These are the steps in order to do this specific trick. So all that we do now is we just say, cool, we have tried it. Now the intent is to practice it. So we can see we completed this log, meaning it has been processed. Because if we go back to our magic MOC, we can see tricks that we have already tried. It is not in tricks to try because we already tried it. We converted it to a permanent note. And we have this here. We can see what day we processed it. And we can see the card trick related to that. So now that we have this permanent note, which is a card trick, we want to revisit them and we want to practice them. So let's say we go to card tricks. Now we want a data view query that pulls in any card tricks that we might have in our system. And this is what the data view query will look like. Data view, we pull in a table without an ID, the file link as trick. We pull in the creator date of this note, the creator date. We pull in the summary of this note. So the summary will be this. Not from templates where I contains lower tags on card trick, sort the setting. So this is the thing that we need to fill in. We want to retrieve all the notes where it says on card trick. So just copy this. Again, I contains just means case insensitive. And now we see that we have the trick, card trick, finding card behind my back, creator date, summary. And that is how we process these logs. We have our tricks I've yet to try for card tricks, tricks I have tried. So you can even see here's the tricks that you have tried just in the card tricks embassy. And then you have the actual permanent notes. So this would be the permanent notes that will allow you to do the trick. It will allow you to get that free drink at the bar. This is the permanent note that you'll practice in order to get that free drink. The MOC is where this permanent note resides. And it came from a log. It came from a stupid Instagram video, and that stupid Instagram video paid for itself because you got a free drink at a bar. So card tricks, you can see we can do the same for rubber band tricks or coin tricks or mentalist tricks. And that is essentially it. Magic Mike is now a magician, and he has made the disappointment that his parents has in him disappear. And he has 6 fingers. Nice.